namaste and welcome in the series of cybersecurity. This side is Meena. Today I will discuss about how do hackers steal your e-banking details and can make transactions from your accounts. So this is really a very important aspects in our life, because those kind of attacks are happening around the world, and it's affecting to individual, different organizations, different companies, banks, different sectors, and this is really a very dangerous kind of attack. One day during the lunch time, we were discussing about how this cyber criminal industries are growing exponentially day by day, and how the attackers are using sophisticated tools for creating different kind of attacks. Okay, and one of our friend Preeti shared information about an attack that's happened with her. So in this attack she discussed, one day when I received a bank statement, I was shocked. $1,000 of the dollar was withdrawn from my account. I haven't made the payment of $1,000 from my account, but it was vanished from there. Then I asked her, did you receive any email from the bank? Then she said, yes, I received. Then was there any link inside it? They were asking to verify your identity. Then she said, yes. So I told her, my dear, you were actually a victim of e-banking kind of attack. And she, during the curiosity, she asked how that could happen, how the attackers are performing those attacks. I explained to her, see, there are different ways attackers are doing. Whether they are targeting the mass consumer, anyone, okay, or they just target to the high profile company or the high profile employee of the company or the owner of the company, and then they are stealing the information, and later they can use that information to make the transaction. Simple. So in your case, you received, she showed me the email, and that email was for example from the bank, trusted bank, and she was having account there, and they were saying somebody from different part or from different country, they are trying to make transaction of $135.25 from your account, and they are telling this is the suspicious activity. So is it you? If that, please verify your email, because that might be somebody else trying to steal your money. And she was not aware that is a kind of phishing email, and she just clicked on the link that's given in the email, and the website, after clicking on that link, while looking like it's a legitimate website of the bank, and she entered her user ID and the password inside it, whatever they were asked. Okay, so the information which entered by her actually stolen by the hackers, and later they used that information to withdraw the $1,000 from her account. Okay, and she doesn't know about this one, and when she received the bank statement, then it was like heartbreaking. $1,000 without purchasing anything, somebody else took that money. Okay, and she was again more curious about this one, explain to me what other methods attacker can use, so in future I can save myself from those kind of attack. Then I told, okay, yes, let's take another example. For example, attackers are targeting to the high profile people and they just collect the information of the CEO. Okay, they find out, yes, this is the company on which I am just I will use that one as a target, and I will use the ID of the CEO and whatever the information of the CEO I am just going to use. So with the reconnaissance and footprinting, they will collect the information about that company and who are the employee, which post they are. There are different methods, like on LinkedIn they can collect, from the Facebook account they can collect, and sometimes the information from the company's website. There are information like they can collect the information of the HR department. Okay, and for example, attacker collect the information about the domain, what's the domain name, okay, who are the employee of that domain, and who is on the higher position. For example, they selected the CEO. Okay, so they will use the identity of the CEO to influence the other employee, because when some email will come from the CEO, nobody will deny to give the information whatever he or she wants. Clear? So for example, the domain name is abccompany.com, and the name of the CEO is, for example, John_Kelly at abccompany.com. This is the email address of the CEO. So beautifully they just add or remove some of the character which is unnoticeable. Yes, there is some change in the email address. Okay, for example, the CEO on the vacation, and a email from that domain abccompany.com, from the a little change in the email address, it just look like that email came from the CEO, and he just mailed to the HR department and wanted to know who are the employee in our company. So they say they just email to the HR department from the CEO. It will look like it just came from the CEO, and he is asking for the employee list, and immediately then he need it. So they will forward that detail about the employee to the attacker, and from that list they just come to know who is the finance manager, who is the authorized person that can make the transaction. Okay, and after collecting the information from that list which is provided by the HR department, then they will use that information to send the email to the finance manager. And for example, they wrote, I need $100,000 in the new account immediately, and don't reply me or the respond me, I need it quick base, don't worry about it. Because the email came from the CEO, so the finance manager transferred the $100,000 into the new account which is provided by the CEO, fake CEO, which was created by the attacker. And later when they come to know, that was just a fraud. So company can fire the HR, can fire the finance manager, and this kind of attacks are happening. So simple things they can use, or the other thing they can use, like in the previous example I used, they can send the malicious code from the planted malicious server. Over there the victim will download the malicious code, and later that for example Trojan will collect the information that's related to the finance, okay, transaction, and this information they can use, or in between the transaction when they are making the transaction they can change in the amount. So whatever the amount above whatever they want to whatever they want to make the transaction, the remaining amount will be forwarded to the attackers server or whatever their account they are having. Okay, so there can be different methods attacker can use to your to just make you fool and then collect the information whatever they can use for steal your money. Okay, so let me show you one of the tool which attackers use to create the Trojan for e-banking. That Juice Builder or Jetbot is the one of the very famous tool attackers use to create the e-banking Trojan. Okay, so with that Trojan they can collect the information about the bank information, and they will use that information. Clear? And there are different kind of e-banking attacks. The variant of the Trojans are like UR Sniff, DriedX, Juice, Panda, Trickbot. There are multiple Trojans created by those kind of tools, and they can send via the email or the Microsoft documents or in the some malicious code which we download from the some malicious website. It will come on our computer, and whatever attackers want to get the information they can get. Okay, and remotely they can control it. Okay guys, so attackers are using e-banking Trojans or just with the spoofing your domain, or they are sending emails with a malicious link. There are multiple ways they can collect the information from your computer, and they can make transaction in their account. Okay, and I am about to launch a batch on 4th of the December of Cyber Warriors Ethical Hacking Masterclass. In this batch I will perform so many practicals, so many tools I will use to perform different kinds of attack. Okay, so you can have a look about this ethical hacking masterclass. The link is luministindia.com/go-ehm. Okay, only 9 days are left guys, so hurry, seats are limited. And you can follow me on the Cybersecurity Prism. So Facebook will send you the notice for the next live sessions, and you can also join me on the group Cybersecurity Forever, where you can discuss with the other friends. Clear? In the next session I will discuss about how attackers perform attacks on DHCP server. Okay, because the DHCP server is providing us the IP addresses automatically. If they will spoof that one, or they perform the attack on this one, it can be very dangerous for our organization. Okay, so how they are doing, what methods they will use, I will discuss on that section. So stay safe, see you in the next session. Namaste.